31 years later, the Supreme Court went further. The Palmyra was a vessel accused of piracy. The government sought to forfeit the ship under federal anti-piracy statutes. The ship's owners raised what seemed like a common sense objection. How can you forfeit our ship for piracy when no one has been convicted of piracy? At common law, the ordinary law of the land, this would have been obvious. If forfeiture was a consequence of a crime, there had to be a conviction first. You had to prove someone was guilty before you could take their property as punishment. Justice Story, writing for the court, acknowledged this. He admitted that at common law, the forfeiture did not, strictly speaking, attach in rem, but it was a part, or at least a consequence, of the judgment of conviction. The government's right to the property attached only by the conviction of the offender. So the common law protected property owners. First convict, then forfeit. But then Story said something different. Story said this case was different. This was admiralty. And in admiralty, the rules changed. The thing is here primarily considered as the offender. The thing is here primarily considered as the offender, Story wrote. Or rather, the offense is attached primarily to the thing. The ship was guilty, not the people, the ship itself. And because the proceeding was against the ship, in rem rather than in personam, it stands independent of and wholly unaffected by any criminal proceeding in personam. Story's conclusion: no personal conviction of the offender is necessary to enforce a forfeiture in rem in cases of this nature. It's this case that sets the stage for nearly everything that follows. Because what we have now is a situation where the government says, we're not charging this individual with crime. That car is guilty. The cash that was laying in that person's car, that's not their property. It is a criminal thing. That thing committed a crime and we're taking it. And this is it. This is the plainest meaning. The government is using semantics, using wordplay to get around the Constitution. They're saying, you're not guilty. So we don't have to even prove you're guilty. Because that thing sitting next to you, even though you say it's your property, we could say it's not and say that it's guilty and take it and avoid the Constitution. That's what's happening every day in America.